Barbara Ehrenreich, Bright-Sided, How the Relentless Promotion of Positive Thinking Has Undermined America. In Bright-Sided, How the Relentless Promotion of Positive Thinking Has Undermined America, Barbara Ehrenreich brings our attention to the pervasiveness and negative consequences of the positive thinking mantra. Presenting diverse examples from healthcare, corporate environments, and self-help methodologies, she analyzes how the positive thinking culture has tended to ignore systemic problems in American society, leading to victim blaming and an inability to quickly address real challenges. This summary will introduce you to Ehrenreich's perspective on the roots, growth, and impact of the positive thinking movement, as well as its potentially troublesome consequences.
The negativity of positive thinking. Americans have been conditioned to be positive thinkers, to believe that everything will eventually get better. However, this ideology has resulted in the U.S. ranking only 23rd in happiness worldwide, high prescription rates for antidepressants, and poor academic performance among U.S. children. The positivity industry, consisting of coaches, motivational speakers, and producers of books and DVDs, has taken advantage of this culture. While positivity can motivate, it also perpetuates systemic problems in society by blaming victims. The reluctance to look at the bigger picture can lead to disastrous consequences, as seen with Hurricane Katrina. Therefore, it's crucial to balance positivity with a realistic perspective. Fighting the pink ribbon culture. Investigative journalist Barbara Ehrenreich shares her experience with breast cancer and the harmful culture of positive thinking that surrounds it. Despite her frustration and anger, she found no outlet for her emotions in websites, blogs, or support groups. Instead, she encountered a culture that embraces the idea of cancer as a gift and encourages patients to maintain a positive attitude. Experts and medical professionals promote the belief that an upbeat attitude helps patients heal, but research has not substantiated this claim. The culture of positive thinking can be harmful, as it leads patients to repress their natural responses and blame themselves for their cancer's persistence. Ehrenreich's story sheds light on the need to reject the pink ribbon culture and allow patients to express their anger, frustration, and outrage without shame. Dark side of positivity. Self-help author Joe Vitale's Inspired Marketing and J.P. Maroney's Positive Energy are said to be the key to success. Negativity and negative people must be avoided at all costs, and being positive is essential for health, prosperity, and success. However, this notion has evolved into a dark side, where individuals are penalized for anything negative. Positivity counselors discourage clients from watching the news and imply helplessness, ignoring the fact that people can act to fight societal issues. The pressure to always be positive can weigh heavily on individuals, leaving them with a heavy burden akin to a second disease. The fallacy of positive thinking. The concept of positive thinking attracting wealth, love, or career success is not new. However, it is a flawed notion rooted in metaphysical principles of magic rather than science. Bestsellers like The Secret have popularized this idea, but neither the theory of thought vibrations nor the mind shaping the physical world survive scientific scrutiny. The economic meltdown should have put an end to the belief that poverty results from personal shortcoming. The fallacy of positive thinking is an illusion, and scientists have debunked such pseudoscience as quantum flapdoodle. The power of positive thinking. The United States early settlers practiced Calvinism, which condemned pleasure as a sin and often led to self-loathing. Mary Baker Eddy founded the Christian Science religion after seeking out Phineas Parkhurst Quimby, who drew on Emerson's transcendentalism to envision God as a forgiving spirit and to posit that one mind connects all humanity. New thought therapies were later used to treat patients, and Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking expanded upon those teachings, advocating for relentless self-monitoring and echoing aspects of Calvinism. Power of positive thinking. The use of positive thinking in the workplace has been a growing trend since Peale's time, especially in the motivation and sales industries. Positive thinking techniques are used to encourage workers to work harder and accept longer hours and less job security. Zig Ziglar is among the popular faith-based motivators who urge individuals to stop blaming systems and bosses but work harder and pray more. Even breast cancer patients are required to apologize for being unhappy. Team building has also become a focus to generate continued employee loyalty despite layoffs and cost-cutting. Survivors work harder and longer for less pay, with no job security. The rise of Pastorpreneurs. The modern-day religious approach has become heavily influenced by the world of business. Churches now use market research to attract mass audiences and offer services similar to corporates such as child care, gyms, and counseling services. Preachers make use of the prosperity gospel, a positive thinking approach that promises wealth and success rather than warnings about sin. The new wave of pastorpreneurs has replaced traditional religious leaders, and televangelists like Joyce Meyer now promote a positive attitude to attract followers by integrating secular positive thinking ideology into their religious discourse. Positive psychology, an overrated science. The field of positive psychology has gained much traction in recent years, linking happiness with benefits such as better health and career success. However, its theories are not without criticism. Martin Seligman, a key figure in the field, uses science to give credence to his theory on happiness, but it falls short under careful scrutiny. Conflicting research also exists, such as the study that found mildly depressed women to outlive their happier counterparts. As the norm for cheerfulness becomes more pervasive, the question arises if positive psychology is just another fad or if it holds any significant value. The danger of positive thinking. Pundits' optimistic outlook during the 2007 to 2008 economic crisis led to ignoring evidence and neglecting the income gap. White-collar workers lost their jobs, wages of blue-collar laborers dropped, and the rich-poor gap grew to record levels. Financial institutions offered risky loans as people took on outstanding debt. Despite warnings from naysayers, anyone who spoke up was fired or almost lost their job. Positive thinking has become so normal, but it can be dangerous when it ignores reality and blocks potential solutions. Realism over positive thinking. The positive thinking movement hasn't slowed down in the economic downturn, but realism may be a more healthy approach. Realism entails seeing the world objectively, recognizing threats and opportunities equally, and seeking others' insights. Positive thinking can become a burden and ignoring threats can be detrimental. Vigilant realism and confrontation of unpleasant situations enable genuine happiness and the ability to take action in the world.
Barbara Ehrenreich's A Bright-Sided urges readers to re-examine the impact of the unrelenting promotion of positive thinking in the United States. Shedding light on the role this mindset has played in failing to confront systemic problems, blaming victims, and suppression of natural human emotions, the book encourages a return to vigilant realism instead. By examining real-life examples from various areas of life, Ehrenreich asserts that the ability to confront unpleasant circumstances head-on is crucial for genuine happiness and meaningful progress. With this understanding, readers can appreciate the value of balanced thinking and the adoption of a more realistic approach to life's challenges.